think of the world's culinary capitals, New York and Paris may come to mind, but the tiny town of Yountville, California also has a place on the map with a whole constellation of Michelin stars within just a few blocks. And it is thanks largely to one man, legendary chef Thomas Keller. On this special edition of The Dish, Jamie Wax brings us his story. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Thomas Keller had humble beginnings in the food business. He first worked as a dishwasher in a Florida restaurant managed by his mother. Years later, he found himself struggling to make his mark when he happened upon the French Laundry. He took it over and made it his own, and it would make Keller a food world superstar and turn Yountville into a world-class destination for dining.
Can you believe that it's been 25 years of the French Laundry under your leadership?
I look back at the 25 years and it seems like a blink of an eye.
In that blink of an eye, Thomas Keller turned this Napa Valley restaurant into a culinary landmark, attracting flocks of people to this small town for the meal of a lifetime.
What's the most important critical feedback that you listen to?
It's the feedback that comes from us. Very seldom are we totally happy with any one service. We could do 100 guests tonight and there'd be one thing that we missed, and that's the one thing we focus on. I look at our profession as a sports franchise. We're a baseball team. And so every day, whether we win or lose the night before, we're able to come back and do it again. Every time we serve a dish, we have the opportunity the next time we serve the dish to make it even better.
Keller's work ethic is the foundation at each of his 15 restaurants and bakeries, and it helped him become the first American chef to earn 3 Michelin stars for Per Se in New York.
You currently hold 7 Michelin stars. How important is that system and that award to you?
We never, ever thought that Michelin would come to the United States. So when they announced that they were, we were all very excited, of course, but none of us ever thought that we would receive the highest accolade that Michelin could give, which is the 3 stars. Mm-hmm. If you receive 3 Michelin stars today, it's a great thing, but the burden of responsibility has now become that much heavier going forward. And every year we think about that. Every day we think about that, making sure that we are responsible to those stars.
Keller's expectations are in plain sight in the French Laundry's state-of-the-art kitchen. Balance a sense of urgency with finesse.
I'm here with you in the kitchen in California, and we're watching your team in New York.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
It all begins with respect for the ingredients, and the French Laundry's ingredients couldn't be fresher. Many of them grow across the street.
This is celtus, or Chinese lettuce, and it has a nutty flavor, almost like an artichoke.
And so you eat the base of that as well as the leaves?
As well as the leaves.
Aaron Kiefer is the head gardener, responsible for thousands of pounds of produce weekly. He brings the goods to executive sous chef Elliot Bell.
The celtus, we're doing a salad, so we're doing that with some satsuma mandarins and cashews. Salad course.
This kitchen has been called one of the greatest cooking spaces in America. It recently underwent a $10 million renovation. It's something Keller never could have imagined when he bought the restaurant in 1994.
I was on my last legs. I had just had a dismal time in Los Angeles. I'd lost my restaurant in New York. This was it for me. And to see what's happened here in this restaurant and how it's influenced so many other things in our community and in our state and in our country is something that is, I'm extremely proud and blessed.
I mean, you could not have a more charming setting than this town.
Keller took a walk with us down Washington Street, home to 5 of his restaurants, including Bouchon.
This feels like I'm in Paris right now once I walk in the door.
That's what we're trying to achieve.
And his newest venture, to the surprise of many, a casual Mexican eatery.
Yeah, so La Calenda.
And again, we're in a completely different vibe.
Right.
Helmed by Chef Kaylin Ulrich Trilling.
So Kaylin, Jamie.
Hey, Kaylin.
Jamie, Kaylin.
Very
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you as a 27-year-old chef to have the stamp of approval and partnership of Thomas Keller?
I'm very humbled and very grateful for it. He's giving me the keys and he's telling me, grab the steering wheel. Here's the menu, do what's authentic, do what you want to do.
Here you'll find elevated street food, like these tacos al pastor.
Fresh made tortilla, olotillo rojo from the coast of Oaxaca. That's what you eat in Mexico.
I mean, I'm going to say that's the best taco I ever ate in my life. Right there.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to eat a better taco than that.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Or pescados randeado verde, bronzino cooked on a wood-fired grill and brushed with adobo.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To you. Absolutely spectacular.
Thomas Keller's star power has drawn high-profile chefs to Yountville, like Adam Perry Lang.
Thomas Keller really paved the way for so many of us chefs, not only graduating his kitchen, but people that have admired him. I'm one of those who've admired Thomas for so long. And just to have the opportunity to be here and give my form of expression and my form of cooking through steak and creating a neighborhood steakhouse that's not only just for tourists, but for locals as well, was a big deal for me, and that's really why I went for it.
The so-called master of meat brought his signature dish to Napa from his Hollywood steakhouse, APL.
And you're known for the tomahawk steak. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's it. That's this right over here.
Right.
This is aged for about 100 days. Yeah, it's a specialty. It's one of my favorite things to cook.
Oh,
You like it?
that will be gone. I mean, the bark on that?
Yeah, thank you.
Is
You know the
perfect.
terminology.
But it's juicy and tender, which it's magic when you can get both of those things
Thank
to
you.
happen.
Appreciate that.
For fine dining, there's no place quite like Yountville, a gourmet destination inspired by Thomas Keller, the chef who dared to take a risk, humbled and broken, 25 years ago.
Where do you see yourself 25 years from now?
Hopefully on a golf course.
35.
Restaurants are part of my life. They've always been part of my life, and I think they'll always continue to be part of my life in one way or another. No longer can I do what the young chef de parties do in the restaurant. No longer could I do what the sous chefs do or even the chef de cuisine. But I'm proud to say that they're better than I am. And that's what continues to motivate me, is that every generation is going to be better than the generation before because that generation gave them the opportunities, gave them the tools, gave them the training. So I'm confident that even if I'm on a golf course, that what's happening here at the French Laundry will continue to represent the level of standards that we have established in this restaurant 25 years ago.
On a golf course with a tomahawk.
I want a tomahawk. We want a tomahawk right
I know, I'm
there.
sorry I didn't bring you one, but obviously we left very inspired and full. It was a really great trip.
And you said the best Mexican food you ever had.
I think that chef, Kalen Ulrich Trilling, is just really making magic. It's very authentic. He comes from a family of teachers and chefs in Oaxaca. He's a very special chef.
That's saying something.
But all of it. And you know, you talk about Thomas Keller's success, but I never heard the story of his failure before he found
It's all about that.
Twice.
It's all about that. That's where it begins. Thank you, Jamie Waxon.